From terrifying clips of invisible chatters on the streets of Russia to unsettling footage depicting the horrifying effects of global warming, if you're intrigued by the world of the unexplained, you're in for an extraordinary adventure as we delve into each mysterious capture. Have you ever had one of those encounters that leaves you questioning your own reality? This chilling clip from Russia captures a truly bizarre incident. The video shows a man walking down a street at night when he abruptly stops and begins talking to someone. The unsettling twist: there's absolutely no one there. The man is shown the footage later, and he insists he was having a conversation with a person asking for directions. However, the video reveals him talking into thin air. While the possibility of drugs influencing his perception can't be entirely ruled out, the man vehemently denies being under the influence. So what are we to make of this? Was he genuinely conversing with a spirit, or is there another explanation? The clip leaves more questions than answers, sending shivers down spines and sparking a wave of online speculation. This next unsettling footage has haunted the internet for years, so be warned, as it's not for faint-hearted. Unexplained screams in the dead of night. This chilling footage comes from a hotel security camera. According to reports, a security guard named John received complaints about disturbing screams emanating from room 209. In the video, John, determined to investigate, headed towards the room. As he approached, the blood-curdling screams became undeniable. Loud, wrenching sounds that suggested someone in immense pain. Understandably shaken, John entered the room, prepared for the worst. But to his shock, the room was completely empty. There was no sign of anyone inside, let alone a source for the horrifying screams. John contacted his supervisor, who, equally baffled, suggested calling the police. Imagine being in John's shoes. The bone-chilling screams would have sent shivers down anyone's spine. It's no wonder he hesitated to enter the room alone. The wait for the police must have felt like an eternity. Thinking about a nighttime swing at the park? This next video might make you reconsider. This spooky clip comes from a park security camera and features a scene that will terrify you. The video shows a seemingly ordinary park at night, with a slide and a few swings. But look closer, one of the swings is moving on its own. The footage, captured by someone on their phone, shows the swing going back and forth with an unsettling momentum. There's no child playing on it, and it shows no signs of slowing down. Adding to the eerie atmosphere is a figure standing motionless beneath a nearby tree. This man remains perfectly still, his gaze fixed on something unseen in the darkness beyond the park. The combination of the swinging swing and the motionless man creates a sense of unease. It's enough to make you wonder if there's more to this park than meets the eye. Some might even say it has a ghostly resident who enjoys a nighttime swing session. Security cameras are supposed to make us feel safe, but sometimes they capture footage, like this one, that leaves us scratching our heads. In 2022, a homeowner's security camera recorded an unsettling scene in the middle of the night in his front yard. In the video, a woman walks into the frame, her gaze immediately fixated on the camera. She holds a device in her hand that resembles a cell phone, but her behavior is strange. She alternates between looking at the device and then directly at the camera, almost as if she's trying to interact with it somehow. The woman then wanders around the yard for a few minutes, her demeanor unsettling. Finally, she disappears from view as the video ends. The homeowner checked the property in the morning but found no sign of the woman. This raises several questions. Who was she? What was she doing there? Some viewers speculate that she might have been trying to hack the camera before a potential break-in. However, the possibility of unexplained activity can't be entirely ruled out. This video is a puzzling reminder that even with security cameras, some mysteries remain unsolved. Imagine, you're stuck in traffic, and instead of raindrops, fish start falling from the sky. That's exactly what happened in this strange video from Tamil Nadu, India.
হলেও প্রকৃতিতে এটা ঘটে মাছ সমৃদ্ধ কোনো জলাশয়ের উপর দিয়ে ঘূর্ণিঝড় বয়ে গেলে এমনটা হতে পারে
Believe it or not, this video captures a truly bizarre phenomenon. Fish raining down on a busy street. While cars continue to navigate the road, fish of various sizes can be seen scattered on the pavement. Some even appear to be jumping around, likely disoriented from their unexpected journey. The locals seem surprisingly calm amidst the fishy spectacle. Perhaps this isn't the first time they've witnessed such an odd event. So what causes it to rain fish? This unusual occurrence is typically linked to waterspouts or tornadoes that develop over water. The strong winds can pick up fish and water droplets, carrying them inland before releasing them back down to earth. For the fish, it must be a confusing and disorienting experience. Thankfully, they seem to have landed unharmed. Perhaps the locals will be enjoying a fresh seafood feast tonight. Snake lovers, this next clip is for you. But if giant constrictors give you the creeps, you might want to look away.
Ulah sawa. Tinggi naik tu.
This homeowner captured a heart-stopping sight on camera, a massive anaconda slithering through their neighborhood. The video shows the enormous snake scaling a small grassy hill. Its immense size is evident. Its thick body stretches across the entire length of the hill. Experts estimate this anaconda to be a whopping 24 to 27 feet long and 10 inches thick. It's a mystery how such a large creature ended up in this neighborhood. One thing's for sure, removing it would be a job for professionals, perhaps even requiring special equipment. While anacondas aren't venomous and typically avoid biting humans, their hunting method is terrifying. They coil their muscular bodies around their prey, constricting them until they suffocate. Spotting a snake, this large slithering around, would definitely make you change course. The ocean depths hold many secrets, and this video from Miami Beach offers a glimpse into the unknown. This fascinating clip captures a bizarre encounter between an unusual creature and its prey. The video shows a jet black, almost gooey organism engulfing a crab on the beach. The struggle for survival is evident as the crab desperately tries to break free. For a brief moment, it appears to escape, but the black creature lunges, with surprising speed and engulfs the crab entirely. The scene is reminiscent of a black blanket smothering its prey. Intrigued viewers have scoured the internet for information about this mysterious creature, but its identity remains a puzzle. Could it be a deep sea dweller rarely seen by human eyes? Or perhaps something even more exotic from the farthest reaches of the ocean? This video is a reminder of the vast biodiversity that exists in our oceans, with countless species yet to be discovered. This next terrifying scene, caught on camera in Japan, will make you think twice about taking your daily commute for granted. The road security camera footage shows a seemingly ordinary road. A large truck passes through the frame, followed by a car. Suddenly, the ground beneath the truck gives way, collapsing into a massive sinkhole. Thankfully, the truck and the car behind it narrowly avoid the disappearing road. But the driver following them isn't so lucky. Completely unaware of the danger ahead, the car plunges headfirst into the newly formed sinkhole. The car that narrowly avoided disaster comes to a stop, and the driver rushes out to help. The video ends before we see the outcome of the rescue attempt. This incident serves as a stark reminder of the unexpected dangers that can lurk on our roads. Even a seemingly perfect route can conceal hidden hazards. Staying alert and aware of your surroundings is crucial for safe driving. What steps do you take to ensure you're prepared for the unexpected on the road? Share your tips in the comments. If you got so far in the video, it means you're a dedicated viewer. Thank you. And if you subscribe and hit the bell button, I promise to keep posting these for you to enjoy. We've all heard stories about fiery infernos, but this next clip shows what hell on earth might actually look like. Forget Hollywood. This is a real-life scene captured during the devastating 2018 California wildfires. In the video recorded by one of the driver evacuating the area, we can see how devastating this 2018 wildfire was. Look at the mountain in front. It looks like it came directly from hell. It is covered in devastating forest wildfires, and as it's nighttime, we can see orange flame and smoke going miles up in the air. The whole mountain looks it's in a blaze, and there are ashes everywhere. It's a scene of nightmare, and I can't imagine how stressful and heart-stopping this sight would be for the drivers driving towards safety. The 2018 wildfires were a true catastrophe. They claimed lives, destroyed over 24,000 structures, and scorched nearly 2 million acres of land, roughly 2% of California's entire landmass. Sometimes nature is brutal. Imagine coming home after a long day at work, ready to unwind, when suddenly you notice a strange light glowing in the night sky. This is exactly what happened to a person in New Zealand, and they managed to capture it on video. In the video, a massive glowing object can be seen moving through the clouds, casting an eerie light across the night sky. It almost looks like a glowing alien jellyfish suspended in the air. The spectacle was so captivating that it immediately sparked a wave of speculation. To the person who recorded it, the phenomenon felt like a close encounter with an unknown flying object. As the video made its rounds on the internet, it ignited a flurry of theories. Some viewers suggested it could be a rocket experiment, while others believed it might be a weather satellite test. Despite the varied explanations, one thing is certain. This glowing object in the sky is as mysterious as it is mesmerizing. Could it be a sign of extraterrestrial life, or is there a more earthly explanation? What do you think about it? I am never bringing my grandma to the zoo again after watching this video. Monkeys are not to be trusted. In this hilarious and somewhat shocking video, a monkey does what monkeys do best: cause mischief. The scene unfolds at a monkey enclosure, where a particularly agitated and aggressive monkey decides to put on a show for the gathered crowd. After some dramatic movements, almost as if issuing a warning, the monkey takes things up a notch. It picks up a piece of poop from the ground, and with impressive accuracy, flings it toward the onlookers. The unfortunate target, a poor grandma in the crowd, who ends up with the poop landing right on her nose. The crowd erupts in laughter at the unexpected mishap, but the humor of the situation might be lost on those who consider the potential dangers. If a monkey can throw poop, who knows what else it might hurl at unsuspecting tourists? What starts as a funny story could easily turn into a more serious incident. So after this wild encounter, I'll think twice before taking Grandma back to the zoo. What about you? Are you a firm believer in ghosts, like me, or are you more skeptical, regardless of your stance? This clip from a Russian church is bound to leave you scratching your head in confusion and unease. Yep, that definitely wasn't a human. This spine-chilling video comes from a security camera installed at a church, but instead of capturing devoted parishioners, it caught something altogether otherworldly. In the footage, we see a mysterious humanoid figure casually strolling through the church hall, curiously observing its surroundings. The figure appears transparent, its outline resembling that of a human with discernible legs, arms, and a head. Despite its hazy appearance, it seems to possess the height and form of a human being. Adding to the intrigue, the church has reported similar sightings occurring before, heightening the mystery and concern surrounding this unsettling footage. Some speculate that this could be the manifestation of a religious ghost, simply seeking solace in prayer within the church's walls. But as for me, I tend to believe that ghosts are just that. Ghosts are just that. What are your thoughts on this chilling encounter? Trees are truly fascinating. They can be incredibly tall or exceptionally wide, and at times they take on the appearance of a moving giant, as seen in this captivating video. The footage showcases a colossal tree swaying in a dance-like motion, influenced by the strong wind evident by the movement of the surrounding trees. The peculiar tree seems to have distinct features, resembling a giant with a large head, hands, and a lower body that lacks legs. Its humped shape adds an eerie quality, particularly when observed at night with minimal light, an image that could instill a sense of fear. Despite its seemingly supernatural appearance, it's important to acknowledge that this is indeed just a tree. However, the mere possibility, even if it's one in a trillion, that this could be a giant cleverly disguising itself as a tree adds a whimsical touch to the observation. A homeowner was startled by eerie screeching sounds coming from outside his house. Curiosity led him to investigate the source, but what he discovered was nothing short of a nightmare. In the video, the view showed dark bushes, and as the homeowner moved the camera, he noticed a distant figure within the bushes lurking. This figure had a humanoid shape with an alien-like head. The creature remained motionless, fixating a chilling and unsettling gaze upon the camera. The sheer terror emanating from its eyes sent shivers down the homeowner's spine. Overwhelmed by fear, the homeowner shouted at the creature.
"What do you want?"
In response, the enigmatic being retreated into the bushes, disappearing from sight. What exactly was this humanoid figure? Was it an extraterrestrial being? Or could it have been something even more sinister and dreadful? A TikTok user by the name of Cryptiduniversity claimed to have captured footage of Bigfoot lurking in the woods. In the video, an elk is calmly grazing and going about its business, nothing out of the ordinary at first glance. However, when we zoom in on the background, we can discern some intriguing details. White or gray hair and certain facial features of a figure hidden in the woods. What's particularly eerie about this encounter is that the creature in the background is incredibly stealthy. Even though elk are known for their sensitivity to noise, they don't seem to detect this mysterious figure's movements. Additionally, judging by its size compared to the surrounding trees, it appears to be quite large. The question that arises is the creature's intent in stalking the elk. Is it merely observing the elk out of curiosity, or does it have more sinister motives, possibly considering the elk as its next potential meal? A Russian family was on their way home, driving along a forest road, when they noticed something unusual in the woods and decided to start recording. In the video, the family appeared visibly distressed, and their voices reflected their anxiety as they spotted a mysterious creature in the forest. This creature had a striking resemblance to an ape or a gorilla, covered in thick, dark black fur, and is casually moving through the woods. What made this encounter even more intriguing was the fact that, as local residents, the family had never come across such a creature in the forest before. It marked their first sighting of such an unusual being for the area. While they believed it might have been a Bigfoot, the low quality of the video and the distance from which it was recorded made it challenging to definitively identify the creature. Regardless of its true identity, thank God that the family wisely chose to remain inside their car, avoiding any potential danger or interaction with the enigmatic forest dweller. This video comes from a hiker who was out in the wilderness, initially thinking that a bear was stalking him. Concerned about his safety, he began recording the situation. However, when he zoomed in and focused on what he believed to be the bear, he discovered something entirely different. The creature in question wasn't a bear at all. It was a strange hybrid, appearing to be a combination of a humanoid and an ape. This peculiar being stood motionless, fixating a lifeless gaze upon the hiker. What made this encounter even creepier was the hiker's isolation. He was all alone in the wilderness, and had the creature decided to pursue him, he would have been defenseless. The creature's entire body was covered in dark black fur, resembling the description often associated with Bigfoot. However, the motives behind this Bigfoot-like creature's interest in the hiker remained a mystery. This trail camera footage dates back to 2016 and is believed to capture a sighting of Bigfoot. In the video, a hairy creature stands in front of the trail camera, completely blocking the frame. It displays long brown fur covering its body and seems to be interacting with the trail camera. Some individuals seeing this video have suggested that this might have been an orangutan or a bear, driven by curiosity about the camera. While orangutans do have a similar brownish coat, there are notable differences. So if it is a known animal, it will most likely be a bear. The creature in the video has notably bulky and wide limbs. It could be the hind legs of a bear standing up, although it still looks a bit strange to be that. So, what could it have been? Some speculate that this might indeed be a legendary Bigfoot, a creature often associated with such sightings due to its elusive nature and large, hairy appearance. However, as with many cryptid sightings, conclusive evidence remains elusive. In this video, a group of individuals initially focuses their camera on something unusual in a distant field from their car. As the camera zooms in, it becomes evident that the object in question is not a stationary item like a stone, but rather a living creature in motion. This creature appears entirely black and is covered in a thick coat of black hair all over its body. What stands out is its massive body frame and the way it walks, resembling a humanoid figure. The intriguing aspect is that this sighting occurs in a remote location, with a jungle situated above the field. This suggests the possibility that the creature might have emerged from the jungle and is now returning to it. All the characteristics and behavior seen in the video align with the typical descriptions associated with Bigfoot sightings. It's worth noting that Bigfoot legends usually depict the creature residing deep within forests, far from human civilization. However, this video challenges that assumption, suggesting that Bigfoot could potentially also can venture into open fields. Often, encounters with ghosts and spirits are commonly associated with security or trail cameras. However, have you ever witnessed a spirit during a live TV show? In a video featuring English television presenter and journalist James May hosting a program called Our Man in Italy, something intriguing was noticed by viewers in the background. While James May was sharing his forest travel experiences with the camera, an eerie humanoid transparent figure seemed to materialize out of nowhere and then dissolve in the same manner. Additionally, in another scene, this same figure appeared and then promptly disappeared. Initially, many viewers presumed it to be an editing mistake, but a significant number of them are convinced that what they witnessed was an authentic sighting of a ghost or spirit during a live television broadcast. The final verdict, however, I leave it for you, the viewers, to decide. This video comes from Indonesia, where the camera captures a scene atop a hill. In this footage, a figure emerges on the edge and appears to be moving casually. We can also hear the unease in the local people who are standing by, witnessing this unsettling sight. Locals mentioned that they've encountered this mysterious creature on multiple occasions during the night, but this was the first daytime sighting, and it was on the hill's edge. From a distance, this creature resembles a massive, dark-skinned being, and it seems to lack legs, appearing to slide its lower body along the ground. Regrettably, the video is quite brief, and the creature disappears after a few seconds. Consequently, we can't determine the precise identity of the creature we observed. Nevertheless, whatever it may be, it is undeniably eerie. An eagerly anticipated family forest outing turned nightmarish when they were startled by a distant, menacing growl. Fear and distress gripped the woman and children, while the man behind the camera tried to calm them and identify the source of the growl. In the midst of this tension, the man briefly captured a dark figure emerging from nearby bushes before it vanished. His own fearful yell prompted a terrifying growl from the creature, which then began to move. The children, seeing this, cried in fear. However, the father deserves credit for comforting his terrified children. The creature bore a resemblance to Bigfoot upon closer inspection, a massive humanoid figure. Whether it was truly Bigfoot or not, its hostile and agitated demeanor, especially in such close proximity to the family, was deeply unsettling. Witnessing animal rescues is among the most heartwarming moments, and we owe our gratitude to these individuals for allowing us to experience such heartwarming scenes. In the video, we see a deer trapped in a snowy landscape, seemingly frozen in place. The poor creature appears entirely immobile, with its body rigid and unable to move. Our heroes step in to rescue the deer, starting by providing it with warmth to ease its frozen state. They then carefully clear away the snow that has accumulated around its mouth and nose, ensuring it can breathe freely once more. Once the snow is removed, the deer regains its freedom and, after a while, finds its ability to walk again. Our heroes release it back into the wild. While this video is heartwarming, it's impossible to ignore the fear and distress that the deer must have felt while trapped in that frozen environment, with snow covering its face and making it difficult to breathe and see. This video hails from St. Elmo, Illinois, dating back to 2012. In this footage, a hiker is seen pointing towards a distant object. Over yonder, a tall and massive creature stands motionless. This creature is wrapped in a black covering and possesses a body shape resembling that of a human, complete with limbs and a head. What truly stands out about this creature is its remarkable height. If you take a moment to observe the trees in its vicinity, you'll notice that in comparison, this creature appears to be around 12 to 14 feet tall. Towards the end of the video, this Bigfoot-like creature seems to be startled by something and then abruptly takes off running. Interestingly, the St. Elmo area in Illinois has reported numerous sightings of similar Bigfoot-like creatures. What are your thoughts on this formidable being? You might have come across numerous Bigfoot sightings in forests and hills, but this video presents a rather unique scenario. A Bigfoot-like figure leisurely relaxing and bathing in a lake on Vancouver Island. In the footage, we see a dark figure with a head that appears entirely black, and its shape doesn't quite match what we typically associate with known creatures. While it's possible to consider it might be a gorilla indulging in a daily bath, some notable distinctions come into play. Gorillas are known for their massive shoulders, and this figure doesn't quite exhibit that feature. Moreover, apes and gorillas are not proficient swimmers, and according to the hiker who captured this video, the pond or lake appeared to be quite deep. So, if it wasn't a gorilla or an ape, the question arises, could it possibly be a Bigfoot taking a casual dip in the lake? What do you think? A TikTok user posted a video claiming to have captured an unusual occurrence akin to a glitch in the Matrix. In the video, we see the perspective from a car window showing a bush seemingly engulfed in flames. However, when the camera is moved to the side to record the bush without the car glass window, there is no sign of fire. Yet, when the camera is directed back through the car window, the bush appears to be ablaze once more. The person behind the camera repeats this a few times to rule out any potential camera malfunction or error. This sight is genuinely confusing, and it gives the impression of some sort of mystical or magical phenomenon. Nevertheless, if there is a plausible scientific explanation for this peculiar occurrence, it would be valuable to share it with others in the comments section. This trail camera footage captures an exceptionally large and striking Bigfoot lurking in the woods. In the video, we can see a massive, dark figure moving subtly among the trees. This creature appears to have the typical black fur associated with Bigfoot, and its enormous size is quite striking. A straightforward comparison with a nearby tree highlights the creature's immense size. Just look at the tree's width compared to the sheer bulk of this giant being. Unfortunately, despite the video having relatively good picture quality compared to other Bigfoot sightings, it's still challenging to make out any details of the creature's face due to the darkness in the area where it is located. Nonetheless, the knowledge that such an enormous creature exists is itself a rather unsettling experience. I really enjoy long drives at night, but when I come across footage like this, it makes me reconsider heading out for those nighttime drives. In this video, filmed from inside a car, we spot a sizable object or creature positioned in the middle of the road at some distance ahead. Observing this, the driver slows down the car, both to get a better look at it and to allow this supposed creature some time to move away from the road. However, this enigmatic presence remains stationary and doesn't show any signs of movement. It almost seems as if this entity was simply waiting there for the car to pass by. The video ends before the car actually reaches this mysterious figure, but it leaves me wondering about what might have unfolded as they approached it. This video captures an eerie and unsettling sight in the nighttime. Something peculiar and creepy, situated on a distant tree. The person behind the camera describes this entity as appearing rather aggressive, and even causing the tree to shake slightly. This strange creature possesses a highly unusual body shape and an atypical coloration that doesn't resemble any known living beings. It presents a curious combination of colors, featuring half white and half black, with a hint of brownish hue. The camera person notes that this mysterious entity repeatedly approaches and perches on the tree. However, throughout the entire video, this enigmatic figure remains completely still and stationary. It's possible that it may have become aware of someone recording it and decided to stay still in an attempt to conceal itself. Alternatively, it could be entirely unaware of the person filming it. This video is more amusing and lighthearted than unsettling or scary. It features cunning parents who decide to play a prank on their children during a forest lake adventure. While the kids are enjoying their outdoor escapade, one of them, riding a quad bike, spots something in the woods and in pure fear runs towards their parents, claiming to have seen a Bigfoot in the forest.
Bigfoot! I swear! No!
As the child reaches their parents, the supposed Bigfoot emerges from the forest and starts running towards them. In response, another child also rushes to the parents in fear. However, when the kids notice their parents laughing, they realize it was all a prank, and it turns out their Bigfoot was actually their uncle dressed up in a Bigfoot costume, tricking them for fun. What's even more amusing is that the dog in the video doesn't seem to be too concerned, as it apparently already knew that there was no real threat from a Bigfoot. A video recently surfaced on Facebook, shared by a woman who captioned it as "Massive Bigfoots spotted in my backyard." In the video, we can observe a wintry landscape with a mysterious dark figure resembling Bigfoot lurking and moving along the edge of a forest. This enigmatic creature appears to be of substantial size, and its eerie presence is undeniably unsettling. As it traverses the forest's edge, it eventually disappears from sight. The lady who uploaded this video also made the claim that this shadowy figure has occasionally been following her through the woods, though it was often elusive and not clearly visible during those encounters. This recent sighting marks the first time she has come face to face with this creature, leaving her profoundly shaken and fearful. Considering the circumstances, what course of action should this woman take? Should she promptly vacate her property, or should she attempt to confront this imposing creature? In recent times, it appears that even spirits and ghosts are trying to stay fit and healthy to instill fear in today's generation. In a recent video, we witness a rather unusual occurrence. An exercise machine in an open gym facility is seen moving on its own. Strikingly, there is no one seated on the machine, yet it continues to move as if someone is actively exercising on it. While it's true that such equipment can exhibit minor movements due to various factors, what sets this incident apart is the sustained and uninterrupted motion that persists for a solid 30 seconds in the video. What makes this occurrence even more intriguing is the fact that the force required to move the machine fluidly in this manner seems beyond the influence of common factors like wind or vibrations. This raises the question, could it possibly be a spirit engaging in a workout routine, perhaps honing its spectral strength to further terrify the locals? The depths of both the deep ocean and dense forests have been known to hold mysterious and utterly spine-tingling occurrences. Such an unusual incident was recently captured by a drone camera as it glided above a forest. In the video, we are presented with an overhead view of a densely wooded area, thick with towering trees. Upon closer examination, one particular tree grabs our attention as it violently shakes and appears to be in motion, colliding with its neighboring trees. The drone camera then pans to survey the surrounding trees, revealing that they remain completely still and undisturbed, with no sign of any prevailing wind. Returning its focus to the peculiar tree, it becomes evident that not only is it moving, but it's doing so at a surprisingly swift pace, now noticeably displaced from its original position. Some viewers who have witnessed this enigmatic footage have speculated that it could be a heavy-duty harvester in action, felling and transporting the tree. However, a noteworthy point is that harvesters typically transport trees horizontally, making the vertical movement of this particular tree phenomenon all the more puzzling. Many ancient stories suggest the existence of Greek giants in the past, often based on the discovery of large bones. However, these giants are long gone, and you won't find them in today's world. Or will you? There's a video from an unknown part of a Canadian mountain where a man is recording something unusual. In the video, the man tells his friend that there's a person standing on top of the mountain, but his friend doesn't believe him.
There's a person standing there. No, it's not.
The figure on the mountain is standing very still, and when you look at it from a distance, it appears quite large. Some people might argue that it could be the top of a tree, but the strange thing is that it's all alone. If it were a treetop, you'd expect to see more like it nearby. So what could it be? Was it really a giant that was spotted? You can find thousands of Bigfoot sighting videos on the internet, but most of them are of low quality or taken from a long way off. However, this particular footage was captured in high quality by a hiker who was out recording the beauty of nature. While enjoying the forest sounds, the hiker suddenly heard heavy footsteps approaching from ahead. The video begins with a massive black figure moving closer to the camera. As it comes nearer, we can see that it's covered in thick black fur, and its body and arms are exceptionally large. Eventually, the creature gets very close to the camera, and we get a good look at its eerie and unsettling face. Its facial features seem to be a strange mix of a gorilla and a human, and it appears to be quite angry. Of course, there's always the possibility that this video could be a fake, with someone in a Bigfoot suit. However, the size of the creature is way too huge for a human. Up close, it looks like this Bigfoot-like creature could be around 10 to 12 feet tall. Whatever it was, thank God it didn't notice the hiker. This video comes from Siberia's Baikal Lake, where a group of explorers stumbled upon something truly bizarre trapped in the ice. The video begins as the group's device signals that something is buried beneath the frozen surface.
I got a very strong signal.
They start clearing away the snow with their hands, and as they do, they catch a glimpse of something white encased in the frozen lake. Their curiosity piqued. They continue removing more snow, and as the surface becomes clearer, they reveal what appears to be a face trapped within the ice. However, this is no ordinary face. It bears a striking resemblance to a yeti. Its eyes are hollow, and its facial features are remarkably large. The creature even has pale white skin. In light of this discovery, my advice to the group would be to cover the snow back up, and it's better to leave the creature undisturbed inside the ice. This video surfaced on TikTok and was subsequently reposted. The original uploader claimed to have captured a real sighting of a Yeti. The video unfolds with two friends venturing into a forest at night, for God knows why. As they record their exploration, they start hearing rumbling sounds coming from the bushes, and when they turn the camera towards the noise, there's no one to be seen. Moments later, they hear branches cracking again, and the man aims the camera in that direction. But once more, there's nothing there. Paranoia starts to take hold, and they become visibly scared. Then, as the uploader pans the camera around to capture the source of the sound, he unexpectedly spots a figure standing at a distance. He zooms in on the figure, revealing a disturbing and spine-chilling sight. Creature staring directly at the camera with lifeless, unsettling eyes. As the friends notice the creature, it abruptly flees. It was a genuinely eerie encounter, as the expressionless look on the creature's face was incredibly strange, but it was undeniably terrifying. Spotting a monstrous creature like Bigfoot is scary on its own, but when you witness them lurking and darting from the darkness, it takes the creepiness and fear to a whole new level. This video was captured by a man who claims that something was trailing him while he was returning home from a 24/7 store at 1 a.m. In the video, we can clearly see two glowing eyes peering out from the darkness, and they seem to be looking directly at the camera. The person who uploaded the video mentions that these eyes followed him, and he's not sure what to do about it.
It's staring at me. It followed me home from the gifting rock. It's about 1 o'clock in the morning right now. I don't know what to do.
Also, these eyes appear to be at a considerable height, ruling out the possibility of them belonging to most forest animals. So, what could this staring entity be? Perhaps the man recording should try offering it an apple to see if he can make a new friend out of it. This video originates from a feeder camera located near the California border. In the footage, we can observe an ape or gorilla-like creature gazing directly at the camera, or possibly trying to access some food from the feeder. After a few moments of this camera stare, the creature moves away. What makes this encounter peculiar is that the camera was positioned about 12 feet above the feeder, yet the ape-like creature appears remarkably close to it. This suggests that the creature must have been at least 10 feet in height. Additionally, the feeder was situated below, and the creature was looking upward, indicating that it was initially aware of the camera's presence. Opinions on this video vary. Some viewers believe it could be a sighting of the legendary Bigfoot, while others speculate that it might simply be a large-sized ape. What are your thoughts on the matter? I don't know what it is with the night hikers, as they always find themselves in creepy forest stalking encounters. This video comes from a night hiker who was out to capture some footage of hedgehogs or foxes in the forest. While scanning the area, he suddenly notices something massive lurking in the distance, seemingly watching him. As he turns the camera towards this figure, it appears to be moving away at first, but then he realizes that it's not retreating. It's actually coming closer, heading straight toward him. Frightened by this, the hiker runs for his life and manages to escape. In a close-up shot, we can see that the figure is a huge black creature with a humanoid appearance. Its body is broad and covered in a black coat. The most spine-chilling detail is its face, which seems to have an unnaturally wide open mouth. The entire encounter was undeniably eerie and quite bizarre. This video, posted on Facebook, is quite old and appears in black and white. The uploader mentioned that it was filmed by his grandfather using black and white camera. In the video, we can see a view of a jungle, and right in front of us, there's a creature resembling Bigfoot walking. This creature is enormous and moves in a posture that's eerily similar to a human. While it might resemble a gorilla or an ape, its sheer size is what makes it truly terrifying. The creature appears to be strolling casually, going about its own business. This footage was captured from a hidden vantage point, and it tracks the creature until it disappears into the woods. One can only imagine that the uploader's grandfather may have known a lot more about these creatures based on this remarkable video alone. The sky is undeniably fascinating, where we occasionally spot unidentified flying objects, strange phenomena, and even mysterious creatures. In this video, we witness one such encounter. It starts with a view of an airplane soaring through the clear sky, and then something extraordinary happens. An unidentified object or entity approaches from the front and swiftly darts past the plane, narrowly avoiding a collision. Upon closer inspection and zooming in on the object, it becomes clear that this is unlike any bird or familiar flying creature we know. It has a plate-like lower body with a round top, resembling a housing for a pilot, much like what we associate with a typical UFO. Moreover, the object exhibits remarkable speed, and the fact that it came so close to the plane adds an element of fear and terror to the encounter. As for what this flying object might be, it remains a mystery, and interpretations can vary widely. What are your thoughts on it? This video is from an abandoned Essex County hospital, where a group of explorers is venturing through its eerie corridors. As the camera pans around, we get a glimpse of the debris-laden floor, and the overall atmosphere of the place seems quite spooky. The explorer playfully acknowledges the peculiar nature of exploring such abandoned locations. However, the tone shifts abruptly when he notices something off camera. Bringing attention to the mysterious presence, the camera then unveils a hallway. At the far end stands a creepy figure, crouched on all fours. The dim lighting makes it hard to make out specific details, but the figure gives the impression of a humanoid with spider-like features, using both hands and hind legs. Upon spotting the camera, this frightening creature charges straight towards the explorers, prompting them to run. The peculiar appearance raises questions and sparks curiosity about the nature of this mysterious creature within the confines of the abandoned hospital. For more captivating content like this, click here. You may have come across many Bigfoot sightings captured on camera, but have you ever seen a Bigfoot captured by people and kept in a cage? A spooky video has surfaced on Reddit, showing a cage placed in the middle of a forest with a massive creature inside it. Inside the cage, there are cameras that provide a clear view of this legendary creature's imposing presence. It emits a rather terrifying growl and is covered in a thick coat of fur. In addition to the creature, you can also see other people around the cage, recording this Bigfoot-like figure. The Bigfoot in the video appears to be very aggressive, and clearly doesn't like being inside the cage. It's desperately trying to break free, and its immense power is causing the entire cage to shake. If this video is indeed genuine, it raises the possibility that we might see these mighty creatures in our zoos in the years to come. A man had a strange problem in his apartment. His food kept disappearing, and he suspected his girlfriend, but she denied it.
So I kept on finding food missing in my apartment that I knew I wasn't eating. I confronted my girlfriend who lives with me about it, and she claimed she wasn't eating it. So I decided I'm going to set up a video camera and I'm going to catch her. This is what I found.
To catch her in the act, the man set up a security camera. What he discovered was truly terrifying. He placed the camera in his kitchen and went to sleep. After about 2 hours, there was some movement above the doorway, and then a person came out of it. This person stepped onto a table, and it turned out to be a messy-looking girl who seemed like she might be homeless. The girl acted like she owned the place, confidently opening the fridge and moving around as if it were her home. It appeared that she had been doing this for a while. After snacking from the fridge, the girl casually sat on the sofa and watched TV. Then, she went back to the fridge, but heard the homeowner approaching, so she hid behind the sofa. When the homeowner came in for a drink of water and left again, she emerged, had more food, and then disappeared back to where she came from. The man woke up and went about his daily routine, completely unaware of this creepy encounter. After watching the video and seeing how comfortable the lady was, it made the homeowner wonder if she had been living with them unnoticed for a long time. A video was posted on TikTok by a user named The Weird Shelf. In the video, a man is seen with his dog, and both of them notice something in the distance. They spot a creature moving around in the bushes up ahead. The dog, all excited, takes off after it. The man tries to stop the dog, but it's too eager and fast. As the dog barks and chases the strange creature, it starts to move back into the forest. When we zoom in closely, we can see that this creature looks like a mix of an ape and a human, and it has a thick black coat of fur. It's also quite large compared to the surrounding bushes, and stands upright. What do you think this creature could have been? Hikers often have encounters with strange creatures, and one such unsettling experience was recorded by an unfortunate hiker. In the video, we can see the hiker, who seems anxious and scared, moving the camera hastily. As he continues, he hears the sound of a nearby tree shaking. He quickly turns the camera towards the source and witnesses the tree violently trembling. Upon zooming in, he spots an incredibly odd and huge humanoid creature, causing the commotion. This sight terrifies the hiker. As he records this horrifying being, it becomes aware of his presence and starts making frightening grunting and growling sounds. Hearing these unsettling noises, the hiker runs for his life, and the video ends. When we get a closer look at this creature, we can see that it's quite massive and covered in thick fur. Its face looks quite strange and is unlike any known animal. Could it be an ape or a massive gorilla? Or perhaps something even more ominous, like a Bigfoot? This next video comes from a Russian road camera and captures a truly unusual phenomenon. In the video, we can see a view of a remote road. After a few seconds, a light orb begins to form in front of us in the woods. At first, this orb is relatively dim, but then it suddenly becomes brilliantly bright. Afterward, the orb starts to move. It glides and passes right beside the camera, eventually moving out of the frame. This occurrence is quite strange because the light was simply a radiant orb. There were no discernible outlines of its source or the object emitting it. It was just pure, unexplained light. If you have any ideas or explanations for the strange orb, please share them in the comments below for others to see. Just like humans, some people believe that ghosts might have children, and they too might want to play just like we do. This video captures something that seems like that. In the video, we can see a tricycle moving all by itself. Its pedals are moving as if someone is riding it even though there's no one there. It goes on for a while and then tips over. Some people who've seen this video suggest that maybe the floor slope is causing the tricycle to move, or it could be the wind. These explanations could make sense, but the owner of the place confirmed that the floor was perfectly level. Also, if it were the wind, why would it only affect the tricycle? This video is quite puzzling because there's a mystery surrounding why the tricycle is behaving this way. This video was filmed by a fisherman while he was boating on a Canadian lake. While he was cruising along, he noticed a figure passing at the edge of the forest in the distance. Even though the distance was considerable, we can see that the creature appears to resemble Bigfoot. It's also possible that it could have been a very large ape or gorilla, because they too have fur and a similar shape to this creature. However, its enormous size suggested that it was the mighty Bigfoot. If you compare its size to the trees in the background, it looks like this Bigfoot-like creature could be between 10 and 12 feet tall. Thankfully, it didn't appear to be able to swim. Otherwise, it might have swum towards the boat and caused a very tense situation. A man claimed to have recorded footage of the rake near his house. The video begins with a cameraman pointing his camera at some bushes at nighttime. It seems like he saw something and is using a flashlight to get a better look. While investigating the bushes, he spots something in the distance, but can't quite make out if it's an animal or something else. However, as he continues to observe, it becomes clear to him, and he starts shouting at it. The man then approaches to get a closer look and discovers a strange creature lurking there. It was a truly terrifying sight for both the viewers and the cameraman, prompting him to run away. The man claimed it was a rake, which is typically described as a tall, hairless, pale humanoid creature. What do you think it could have been? This video captures a real ghost sighting on camera. The video shows the inside of a home, and we see a lady casually walking down the stairs. After she goes downstairs, something strange and quite frightening occurs. We witness a transparent, childlike figure emerging from a doorway. This ghostly figure appears entirely smoky as it comes out of the room for a moment, and then returns inside. As it goes back in, the chair in the room moves on its own. The owner of the house mentioned that this is a regular occurrence in their home, and they have made peace with the ghost coexisting with them. These homeowners certainly show a lot of courage. When we hear about ghosts and jinns, we often think of scary and terrifying beings. But have you ever seen the good and helpful side of them? This video comes from India and shows a street view. In the footage, we can see a man followed by another man who appears to be trying to rob him. As they move forward, the follower suddenly attacks the first man and starts searching him while he's on the ground. Then, something astonishing happens. A figure emerges from within the person being robbed. This figure begins to defend the victim and fights against the robber. At first, the robber tries to resist, but this jinn-like creature is strong and overpowers him. Eventually, the robber gives up and leaves, and the jinn goes back into the victim's body. Seeing this encounter makes me wonder if all jinns were like that, our lives might have been much easier. This video was shared by a parent who captioned it as being deceived by a child ghost. In the video, we can hear a girl crying, and then we see a transparent childlike ghost passing in front of the camera. Upon seeing this, the father believed it was his daughter and rushed to console her. However, as the father was going towards the spirit, thinking it was his daughter, his wife called out to him and asked where he was going because their daughter was with her. The father then went to his wife and asked her about their daughter's whereabouts, and she told him that their daughter was sleeping. This is quite eerie, as it seems that the ghost child initially tricked the father by imitating his daughter's cry, and then assumed her form to lure him away. It's unsettling to think about what might have happened if the wife hadn't intervened and the father had continued chasing after the ghost. This video was recorded by a hiker exploring the Australian Tarkine forest, and they claim to have captured a sighting of the legendary Bigfoot. In the footage, we get a view of the forest, which initially appears to be empty. As the hiker moves the camera around to capture the surroundings, something truly terrifying happens. A massive dark figure emerges from behind the trees. This creature is enormous and walks in a manner similar to humans. It has long arms, and judging from its first step, it also has long legs. This creature seems to be in a hurry and quickly disappears back into the woods. Encounters like this are spine-chilling because these creatures are believed to be incredibly fast, and the hiker was alone in the forest. If this creature had decided to chase the hiker, it's unlikely anyone would have been there to save him. This video comes from Brazil, showing a security camera view of a staircase. In the footage, we can see a woman descending the stairs, but there's something unusual happening at the other end. A dark and shadowy figure appears in front of her, and understandably, the woman decides to do what any sensible person would. She starts running. This dark, smoky figure is enormous, almost like it's engulfing the entire staircase with its eerie presence. As the woman runs, we can see that this figure seems to float above the stairs and pursues her with lightning-fast speed. Encountering something like this and being chased by it must have been a truly terrifying experience. We can only hope that the woman was okay after this encounter. This video was posted on Facebook by a mom who wanted to show off her baby's cute new hat. The post received lots of comments, but not just about the baby's hat. In the video, it can be seen that the mother is recording her baby's new flashy hat, and suddenly, in the background in the doorway, someone or something passes by very quickly. At that moment, the mom didn't notice it. The figure was really strange, as it appeared to be a child demon because of its height, and it was completely black, with no light reflecting off its body. One can only imagine the shock and surprise the mom must have felt when she eventually realized that an unexpected guest had appeared in their home. This video hails from Italy and captures a peculiar figure on camera. The video begins with a camera recording a rural area. The person behind the camera points toward a figure in the video, following it with their finger. The video quality isn't great. It's somewhat grainy and in shades of gray, but we can still make out the figure. This figure appears dark and unusual. Its shape resembles that of a human, although it's not entirely clear. What surprises everyone is that the figure moves toward a wall, and to everyone's amazement, passes directly through it. Some viewers might argue that the figure could be a skinny person, dressed in black, but the fact that it passes through the wall adds an element of strangeness and unease to the entire video. Dogs are known for sensing things that the human mind may not comprehend or see with our eyes. This video is captured by a home security camera, and in it we see a vigilant dog standing on the balcony, gazing suspiciously out into the yard. After a while, the dog starts barking, clearly spooked by something. Suddenly, a strange set of disembodied legs swiftly runs across the background. Witnessing this, the dog seems surprised and scared by the sight and decides to go back inside. Upon closer inspection, the shadowy figure of the legs appears to be small and moves quite swiftly. It also seems to leave a dark, smoky trail behind as it moves. This video is from Nepal and shows a very unusual creature grabbing onto a goat. In the video, we can see the goat owners holding sticks and appearing to be searching for something or someone. The goats seem distressed and frightened, trying to escape from some unseen threat. Then, we witness the source of the goats' terror. A strange creature latched onto the goat's downside. At first glance, it may resemble a chimpanzee, perhaps seeking milk. But upon closer examination of its face, it becomes clear that it doesn't resemble a chimpanzee from any angle. Identifying what this strange creature might be is a challenge. Its intentions toward the goats are uncertain and remain a mystery. This strange and unsettling video was shared by a TikTok user who claimed to have captured a witch in their village. In the video, there is a peculiar humanoid figure perched on top of a house. This creature appears to be thin and is without any fur or clothing. As the local residents gather around, this eerie being seems to focus its gaze on them. You can observe an unsettling, otherworldly look in its eyes as it stares blankly at the camera. This creature also appears to be quite large and is hunched over on the roof, while there's a possibility that it could be a person who is intoxicated and suffering from addiction. Hospitals are places meant for our well-being, but occasionally they become the backdrop for eerie and inexplicable encounters. This video depicts one such instance. In the video, a patient is peacefully sleeping in his bed. Suddenly, something unusual happens. He awakens in a state of panic. The man flips around, struggling as if someone or something is on top of him, pressing him down into the bed. He fights for his life and manages to barely free himself from this ghostly presence. Following the encounter, a nurse enters the room, surprised by the patient's sudden distress. There could be several possible explanations for this incident, ranging from a medical episode like epilepsy to a ghostly encounter. Regardless of the cause, it's undoubtedly an unsettling sight to witness. In a video circulating on TikTok, the uploader claims to have captured a real sighting of the legendary Bigfoot while hiking. In the video, we can see a dark figure visible in the distance, surprising the cameraman as he spots it. They zoom in to get a closer look, revealing a creature that appears to be a blend of a human and an ape. This creature is covered in thick black fur and has a wide body frame. What makes it even more eerie is that it stands there, staring directly at the camera, seemingly displeased about being filmed. As for what this creature might be, it's difficult to say definitively. So, it's possible that the TikTok user captured something unusual, but whether it's actually Bigfoot or not remains a mystery. Hiking in the forest is a great way to clear your mind and get rid of the stress and tiredness from daily life. But every now and then, these nature getaways can take a strange and spooky turn. This video was taken by a hiker in the Canadian wilderness. At first, it shows a peaceful view of a lake, and everything seems normal. However, as we zoom in on the video, we can see a bizarre zombie-like figure walking on the opposite side of the lake. This figure is entirely white and has a human-like shape. Its walking is strange and unsettling. What adds to the eerie atmosphere is that this figure disappears into an opening that resembles a cave on the far side of the lake. I have absolutely no desire to find out what might be lurking inside that cave. A man posted a video on Facebook to show his friends why he left his old home, as they were worried about why he moved. In the video, we see an empty basement, and the man recording it seems really scared and cautious of something. Then, as he tries to pick up a rod, it falls and makes a lot of noise, which makes him even more nervous.
Is there in there? Forest. Shit.
After a while, he hears clear footsteps from above, as if someone is running, even though he's alone in the house, and it should be empty. The man decides to go upstairs to check, and as he does, doors start banging loudly in the rooms. It's really intense and scary. Suddenly, the banging gets even louder. And the room right next to where the man is standing starts banging really fast and terrifyingly. He begins to check the doors to find where the banging is coming from. Eventually, he tries to talk to the ghost, saying he's just there to get his things and asking it to let him do that.
Let's have it out, man. I'm leaving. Just let me get my shit and go.
Then, something really frightening happens. As the man goes into the basement, his camera flashlight goes off, and he hears a loud bang from upstairs again.
What the fuck? Hold on. Goddamn camera. Fuck this, I don't have enough light.
Slowly, he checks the stairs to see what's causing the noise, and we see a dark figure passing by the doorway. The video ends there. This video was truly scary and eerie. It shows how a strong ghost presence can be felt in haunted houses. I'm sure his friends now understand why he left that house. In Florida, a group of hikers came across a river in the Ocala forest, and they noticed something unusual crossing it in the distance. This figure had an orange hue, making it initially resemble an orangutan. But as the person recording zoomed in, they discovered it wasn't an orangutan at all. It was a creature that looked like a human. This creature had a slightly hunched posture and a broad body shape. Some people who saw the video think it might be a person dressed up in a Bigfoot costume, which is possible. However, others, based on its features, believe it could actually be the legendary Bigfoot. What do you think about this mysterious creature? In this video, a woman recorded some really strange and eerie screams that were coming from the forest. These screams were quite loud and had an unsettling quality to them. It almost sounded like they were coming from multiple creatures at the same time. While it's possible that mountain lions, known for their creepy, human-like screams, could be responsible, there was something different about these screams. They had a deep, rumbling quality that was rather unusual. Some people speculate that these sounds might be connected to skinwalkers, beings from folklore known for producing terrifying screams to communicate with other skinwalkers. Thankfully, the woman who was recording the video decided not to go on a detective mission and venture into the forest to investigate the source of the screams. Security cameras are meant to keep us safe, but sometimes they capture strange and unsettling things. There's a video posted by a TikTok account called Paranormal Highway claiming to show a ghostly sighting. In the video, we can see a door, and after a while, the door handle starts to turn. It turns several times as if someone on the other side is trying to open the door. But here's the strange part. There was no one at home during this time. As the doorknob fully turns, the door swings open, and to our surprise, there's no one on the other side. However, the security camera notices a human-like shape and records an outline of a person. This was a really unusual encounter, because there shouldn't have been anyone in the house at that moment. It might be a good idea for the homeowner to start thinking about finding another place to stay. This video was shared on the internet by a user named Squatchwatchers, who's dedicated to finding footage of the legendary Sasquatch creature. In the video taken by an unknown hiker, the camera is pointed at the trees in the distance. Suddenly, a huge figure emerges from the woods, and we can see it moving. This creature is very tall and has a big body with thick brown fur. Then, out of nowhere, this massive being stops and seems to notice something, and it starts running back into the forest. The video ends there. The person who recorded the video believes it's Bigfoot and thinks it spotted the camera and ran away. It's quite fascinating to catch a glimpse of these legendary creatures, and this video might just be one of those rare sightings. Hospitals are usually busy during the day, but they can take on a different atmosphere at night. A patient recorded an unusual encounter in their hospital room at night. In the video, it's a children's room, and the bed in front of the patient, who is recording, starts to act strangely. The bed sheets are moving around wildly, even though there's no one on or near the bed. Some might say it's because of a fan, but it's not the usual kind of wind disturbance you'd expect from a fan. Another possibility is that it's a movable fan, but if that were the case, it should be mounted on the wall. At the very beginning of the video, we don't see anything on the wall. So, could it be a child ghost trying to spook the patients? What do you think? This video shows a dramatic encounter between a snake and a woodpecker. In the video's beginning, we witness the woodpecker spotting the snake emerging from a tree and attempting to attack it. However, the snake gets provoked and fights back, delivering a forceful bite to the woodpecker. The bite is so powerful that it paralyzes the unfortunate woodpecker, leaving it struggling for its life. After a few seconds of intense struggle, the snake eventually releases the woodpecker, and the bird falls. We don't see the aftermath of this encounter, but one thing is certain: the woodpecker is likely to succumb to the snake's venom in a matter of minutes. The speed at which the snake attacked is indeed both fascinating and unsettling, making one wonder about the potential consequences if such snakes were to live in the walls of our homes. Jaywalking is typically illegal in most US states and many other countries, and law enforcement can take action against humans who do it. But what if the jaywalker isn't a human? In a traffic light camera video from Mexico, a strange occurrence is captured. On the side of the road, there appears to be a dark, smoky, and transparent figure. This figure doesn't have a solid form and resembles a human shape. After a while, it starts jaywalking, and it looks like a transparent, smoky human taking steps, similar to a living person. It crosses the road and materializes into thin air. Local residents believe that this figure might be the ghost of a boy who was involved in an accident on the same road. They say this ghost now jaywalks on this road every night. It's a mysterious and eerie phenomenon that has left people with many questions and a haunting story to tell. Some people have a strong belief in real-life superheroes with extraordinary abilities like those seen in movies. In a mysterious video captured by a traffic camera, such a perplexing scene unfolds. Initially, the road appears completely empty, and then suddenly, seemingly out of nowhere, a woman mysteriously appears. She's carrying heavy bags, and her manner of walking suggests she's older. So it's puzzling how she could have moved so quickly that even the camera didn't capture her arrival. Some individuals think that there might have been a malfunction with the camera, causing it to momentarily stop and then resume when the lady was already at that point. This explanation could be plausible, especially if there's no visible timestamp in the video. However, if it isn't a technical glitch, it would indeed be fascinating to consider the possibility of humans having teleportation power. Encountering something unexplained is frightening in itself, But being stalked by an inexplicable entity takes fear to a whole new level. This video was captured by a trail camera, and initially, it appears to show a swamp scene, with a deer passing in front of the camera. Nothing unusual, right? However, if you zoom in on the top right corner of the video, you'll notice something lurking behind the trees. As the deer moves past, this mysterious figure also shifts from its hiding spot. It seems like this stalking creature may have been lying in wait for the deer, or was attempting to be stealthy in its pursuit. From the video, the creature appears quite large in size and has a robust body frame. To some, it might resemble a Bigfoot, lurking and possibly hunting for its next meal. Security cameras are typically installed in homes to provide a sense of security and safety, reassuring us that we are protected. However, there are times when these cameras capture something that makes us feel quite the opposite, unsettled and unsafe. This picture was shared on Reddit's Creepy Captures subreddit by a user who recounted a strange incident. The user explained that it was midnight when their door security alarm went off. Naturally, they went to check who might be at the door, but to their surprise, there was no one there. Intrigued and concerned, they decided to review the camera footage, and that's when they came across this eerie figure. The figure in the image looks as though it's right out of a horror movie. It has a Slender Man-like face and an overall creepy appearance. Moreover, it seems to be holding something in its hand, adding to the mystery and unease surrounding it. Whatever this bizarre creature may be, one can only hope it never pays them a visit in person. Driving on a deserted road can indeed be a creepy and eerie experience, and encountering something like a werewolf would be the stuff of nightmares for any driver. In this particular case, the driver was cruising along a quiet road when they suddenly slammed on their brakes after spotting something highly unusual at the roadside. This creature doesn't resemble any familiar species. While some might argue that it has a wolf-like appearance, a closer look reveals some very peculiar traits. Unlike regular wolves, this creature appears to be strolling about on its hind legs, which is quite unusual. Additionally, its arms seem skeletal and lacking flesh. Its ears might resemble those of a dog, but the combination of its arm structure and the way it walks on its hind legs gives it an eerie, almost monstrous quality. The big question here is, what could this creature possibly be? A man was peacefully sleeping when suddenly, his ducks outside started making a ruckus as if they were under attack by some predator. In a hurry, he rushed outside with his camera, hoping to capture whatever was disturbing them. As he pointed his camera towards their shelter, everything seemed normal at first. However, if we rewind the video and slow it down, we can spot an eerie sight. A pair of eerie, lifeless glowing eyes lurking near the duck's house. These mysterious eyes quickly darted out of view when the camera turned their way. In the moment, the man recording the video didn't notice the unsettling eyes, but when he later reviewed the footage, he was shocked by what he saw. Now, he's much more likely to believe his ducks when they start making a commotion again. In a video captured by a hiker during a trip through the Canadian forest, something initially appeared to be a lurking bear among the trees. However, as the hiker zoomed in for a closer look, it became clear that this was no bear. Strangely, this creature seemed to recognize the hiker, despite the hiker's attempts to remain hidden in some bushes. For some time, this mysterious creature simply stared blankly at the hiker, almost as if it was studying him. Eventually, it retreated back into the depths of the forest. What makes this encounter especially eerie is the uncertainty of its intentions. Right from the beginning, this creature appeared massive, even though we never got a full view of its body. It was covered in thick orange-brown fur and bore a striking resemblance to the legendary Bigfoot. Ghosts might not be aware of our modern security cameras and surveillance technology, often choosing to reveal themselves when they believe no one is watching. A peculiar encounter occurred in the kitchen of a restaurant after it had closed for the night. In this eerie incident, a trolley began to move on its own, sliding a short distance before items resting on it tumbled to the ground. It was a closed environment with no one present, eliminating the possibility of a breeze or wind causing the movement. While some might argue that the floor had a slight slope, causing the trolley's movement, it raises a curious question. Why were the other two trolleys nearby not affected in the same way? This inexplicable sight left those who witnessed it feeling both unsettled and bewildered. One can only imagine the unease restaurant workers might feel. This intriguing video originates from a trail camera placed within an Australian ironwood forest. Its primary purpose was to monitor the local fox population, but it ended up capturing something truly captivating. As the video begins, we're presented with a nighttime view of the forest. Suddenly, the sound of branches crunching under pressure becomes evident, indicating the presence of something moving. Then, a dark figure emerges, strolling through the woods. This figure stands impressively tall and massive, easily measuring around 8 to 9 feet in height. Its appearance is somewhat humanoid, marked by a hunched back and long, slender arms. The mystery of this creature's identity has sparked debates among viewers. Some speculate it could be the Australian version of Bigfoot, while others propose that it might be a chimpanzee or even a gorilla. What do you think this colossal being could be? Considering that we've only explored 5% of the ocean, it's intriguing to ponder what incredible and massive creatures might inhabit the remaining 95%. This video offers a glimpse of the ocean, and we can spot a large, enigmatic creature on the water surface. Right from the beginning, this creature appears remarkably large and possesses an unusual half-body that doesn't resemble any aquatic creature we're familiar with. As it swims further away, its enormous body displaces a significant amount of water, emphasizing its immense size. Additionally, in the video, we can see other fishermen working in the distance. It's quite unnerving to imagine them laboring in the vicinity of this mysterious river monster. This video was captured by a trail camera, intended to monitor animal activity, but ended up recording something quite disturbing. In the video, we observe a well-worn trail running through the forest, suggesting frequent human use. It's nighttime, and a man enters the frame seemingly unfazed by the potential risks of walking along such a forest path after dark. The man casually progresses down the trail, but after taking a few steps, something startles him. A dark figure attacks him, gripping his leg and attempting to drag him away. The man resists, regains his composure, and flees. Interestingly, the figure that attacked him doesn't appear to be human, but rather a transparent, dark, ghost-like entity. After the attack, this ghostly figure vanishes into thin air. The question arises, was this a genuine encounter with a ghostly entity? Or could there be another explanation for this eerie incident? As a solo hiker, the last thing you want is an unknown creature stalking you from the depths of the woods. Unfortunately, that's precisely what happened to this hiker. In the video, we can see that the hiker is recording his surroundings in a forest, and it appears he's deep within its heart. While recording, he spots something incredibly creepy. A dark figure peering out from behind a tree, staring directly at him. Witnessing this, the hiker becomes increasingly scared and anxious, and you can hear his heavy breathing. He can hardly believe his eyes that there's a creature peeking at him. At first, he considers the possibility that his mind might be playing tricks on him. But as he approaches the figure, it moves and swiftly disappears behind the tree. When the hiker sees the figure move, he bolts for his life. Undoubtedly, this was a genuinely terrifying sighting, and if I were the hiker, I would have hightailed it out of there at the very first glimpse of this Bigfoot-like creature. This video was recorded from a harvester, and the uploader claims to have clear evidence of a Bigfoot sighting. The video is slowed down, and it shows a view of a field at the edge of a forest. Suddenly, a massive figure jumps from a tree, then starts running to the left, makes a hard right turn, and disappears back into the woods. This creature appears human-like and is quite massive. It strongly resembles the legendary Bigfoot, which is known to inhabit deep forests. Seeing this video, it's clear that this Bigfoot was far from its usual habitat. What might have brought the Bigfoot out there? Perhaps it was curious about the harvester machine, or interested in the person operating the machine. The video raises intriguing questions about the behavior of this elusive creature. Skinwalkers are creatures known for taking the disguise of different animals and sometimes even humans. This video comes from Florida's Apache Sitgreaves Forest, and in it, we can see thermal footage of the forest. In the woods, there is a human moving with quite impressive speed. You might be thinking, what's wrong with a human moving in the forest? But the strange thing here is that this was recorded in the middle of the Apache Sitgreaves Forest. Encountering a human wandering alone in the middle of the forest seems highly unusual. While it's possible that this could be a regular person, humans can be unpredictable. The possibility of it being a skinwalker can't be ruled out entirely. This video was captured by marine biologists using cameras placed in the deep ocean to observe rare marine life. One of the cameras filming beneath the sea captured something extraordinarily long and massive in the distance. It's known that deep-sea aquatic life tends to avoid light, as they typically dwell in the darkness for most of their lives. So the marine biologists operating the cameras from their control station above decided to turn off the camera flashes. As the flashes dimmed, a pair of eyes emerged from the darkness, gazing directly at the camera. Just by observing these eyes, one can imagine the immense size of this unknown sea creature. After witnessing this video, I'm content knowing that these creatures reside deep below the surface. The question remains, will they ever venture up to the surface? A series of video clips posted by a TikTok user suggests that their family might have been stalked by a cryptid creature. In these videos, two kids are seen playing in their backyard, close to the woods. Their mother is recording their playtime, but she begins to feel uneasy, sensing that someone or something is watching them. She directs her camera towards the woods and spots a strange figure lurking behind a tree. If that weren't eerie enough, the same figure is seen again the following day, now standing right behind their shed and still observing the kids. Upon closer examination, the figure appears to be faceless, resembling the unsettling Slenderman. It's hard to imagine the anxiety and fear that the parents must have felt, knowing that this cryptid creature was lurking nearby, potentially posing a threat to their children. This drone footage was captured by a person named Kristen in 2023 in Norway, and he claims to have recorded a sighting of an unidentified flying object. In the video, we can enjoy the beautiful cityscape view, but suddenly, an object with bright lights zips past the drone camera's frame. The speed at which this object accelerates is astonishing, and its lights seem to turn off simultaneously. Based on the arrangement of the lights, it appears to be in the shape of a dish, Some viewers might argue that this could be one of Elon Musk's Starlink satellites, but such satellites cannot move as swiftly or fly at such low altitudes. Similarly, it doesn't resemble a conventional plane, as planes require more distance to accelerate. So, if it wasn't a satellite or a plane, the question remains. This video was captured by a home security camera during the nighttime. In the footage, we get a view of the area outside the main door of the house. Suddenly, a smoky figure materializes from the left side of the frame, moves to the right, and then disappears into thin air. This was a rather peculiar sight, and towards the end of the video, we see it again, albeit fainter this time. It's challenging to definitively classify this as a spirit or a ghost, as it could also be interpreted as smoke from a nearby campfire due to its smoky appearance. However, the homeowner firmly denies this possibility, stating that it was night and there was no one in their neighborhood lighting a campfire at such an hour. According to the homeowner, this was indeed a sighting of a spirit. Encounters with unexplained creatures can indeed be quite unsettling, and this was the case for these individuals who came across a peculiar sea creature washed up on the beach. Right from the beginning, the creature appeared to have a face resembling that of a bulldog, but possessed a rather skinny humanoid body. Its hands featured large claws, and its feet were equally strange in appearance. What truly sent shivers down their spines were its teeth, sharp and predatory, suggesting that this creature might have been a hunter. The creature was also a pale white color, and its legs appeared to be separated from its body, even though they were found washed up alongside it. What truly left me pondering is the enigma of what kind of strange creature could have caused such an unusual fate to this unknown being. For a hunter, encountering the legendary Bigfoot is perhaps the most feared and thrilling experience, and this hunter found himself in exactly that situation. He was 2 miles into the wilderness, sitting patiently in his elk blind when he heard some rustling in the bushes nearby. Initially, he assumed it might be another human hunter, but as he cautiously approached and zoomed in, he realized it was indeed a hunter, just not a human one. It was a Bigfoot. Upon this startling discovery, the hunter called it a day and hurried back to his camp to share this incredible Bigfoot sighting with others. The Bigfoot in the video seemed engrossed in its own activities and hadn't noticed the hikers present. Zooming in on the footage, you could clearly see its thick black fur coat and humanoid shape. This encounter was both fascinating and spine-tingling, and it's a story the hunter will likely carry with him for a lifetime. This video was captured by a motion sensor camera, which recorded some unexpected ghostly visitors on this campus. In the video, we can observe a car approaching, and its headlights illuminate 2 distinct figures standing just outside the gate. These figures appear to have a humanoid shape. As the car driver moves closer to the gate and spots these 2 figures in the darkness, he gestures for them to leave the area. However, to his surprise, the figures remain stationary, ignoring his signals. This unnerves the driver, leading him to retreat into his truck. He then activates the truck's headlights again, shining them on the figures. But this time, much to his amazement, the figures have mysteriously vanished. There's no one there anymore. The question lingers, was this a ghostly entity visitation, or perhaps something more enigmatic? Just like other creatures, Bigfoot is believed to come in various sizes and heights. However, this hiker claims to have encountered a giant among Bigfoots. In the video, we witness the edge of a forest, and a remarkably tall figure is seen running through it. This towering creature is covered in brownish fur and exhibits a distinctly human-like posture. Its long arms swing as it moves, and its massive body frame suggests incredible power and strength. One intriguing question arises. Why is this Bigfoot running? Is it possible that it noticed the hiker filming it and is trying to evade detection? Or could an even larger and mightier creature be pursuing this Bigfoot, forcing it to flee? Venturing deep into the forest, as a hiker without a proper group, can lead to some truly terrifying experiences, turning your hiking trip into a frightening ordeal. In this video, a woman and her partner find themselves in the woods, hearing eerie and spine-chilling sounds.
We're frozen here. Because that doesn't sound like coyotes. They got something.
Are they getting closer, Julie? No?
These unsettling noises bring their hike to an abrupt halt as they try to identify the source. The sounds are reminiscent of menacing growls, echoing ominously through the forest. They give the impression of coming from a group of creatures, intensifying the fear. The hiker recording the video also mentions that the sounds escalated in intensity when a cyclist passed by the same area. It appeared as though these creatures might have been dwelling in the trees, given how the sounds reverberated.
A biker just went that way, and the sound got worse.
What do you think these mysterious creatures could have been? This video, shared on Reddit, tells the story of an uploader who, along with his friend and longtime hunting partner, experienced something truly terrifying during a bow hunting trip in the eastern part of Ban Park in Alberta, Canada. On their first night at camp, they heard unusual movements around their campsite, assuming it might be a bear. To investigate further, they decided to set up a trail camera pointed toward the camp before embarking on their day hunt the following morning. The trail camera remained in place throughout the night, and something triggered it. When they reviewed the captured images, they were startled to find several frames that revealed a pair of eyes in the top left corner of the video. These eyes appeared unusually tall, standing at a height of 8 to 9 feet, in contrast to their 4 to 5 feet tall tent. The eyes were just lurking there in the darkness. The mystery remains. Was it a lurking Bigfoot, or perhaps some other tall, unidentified creature? This video, captured in India, showcases a nightmarish scenario for those who enjoy nighttime walks. In the footage, the streets are crowded with various animals, including lionesses and dogs, all seemingly going about their business as if it were a typical day. The lionesses are seen in a group, attempting to hunt down a bull. However, the bull proves to be quite courageous and chases them away. The lionesses retreat upon seeing the bull charging towards them. This scene is undeniably unsettling, as it's not common to witness large predators like lions roaming freely on the streets at night. Despite the potentially dangerous situation, the people recording the video appear surprisingly unafraid and continue to document this extraordinary, albeit frightening, occurrence. Encounters with Bigfoot are usually associated with deep forests, making it quite rare to witness one strolling along roads and streets. However, this video captures an intriguing sighting of what appears to be a Bigfoot-like creature walking on a road. The figure stands tall, displaying humanoid characteristics but covered in fur, and it's taking notably long strides. The person who uploaded the video claims it to be a Sasquatch, and many viewers share this belief. Nonetheless, the video's quality isn't optimal, leaving room for skepticism. While it's possible that someone could be wearing a Sasquatch suit, It raises questions about why someone would do this at night with such a low-quality video outcome. Furthermore, an intriguing aspect of the video is that the Bigfoot creature looks back as if something is following it. These weird elements contribute to the mystery and debate surrounding the authenticity of the video. This TikTok video was posted by a user who claimed to have captured a sighting of a creature they believed to be a rake in their backyard. The video begins with the homeowner, who is also the uploader, filming the edge of a nearby forest where something seems to be lurking. Glowing eyes can be seen as this mysterious entity attempts to conceal itself. The homeowner tries to communicate with and confront this creature, but it remains eerily silent, merely staring back at the homeowner. Frustrated by its lack of response, the homeowner takes a more drastic step by firing a shotgun into the air.
All right, whatever you are, you need to leave. This is our home. You need to leave. You leave now.
Which brings the video to an abrupt end. The homeowner has encountered this creature on multiple occasions, which is why they keep a shotgun on hand at night. It's a puzzling and unsettling encounter, and one can only speculate about the true nature of this mysterious creature in their backyard. The shotgun is, no doubt, a measure of precaution if this rake ever decides to return. Trail cameras placed in forests, especially at night, can sometimes capture eerie and ghostly phenomena. This particular video was recorded by a trail camera, and it provides a glimpse of a wooded area during the night. Suddenly, a smoky and transparent figure materializes within the frame. This ethereal, humanoid-shaped figure takes a few steps before its form undergoes a strange transformation, causing it to hover just above the ground. Eventually, it exits the frame. Upon viewing this video, some individuals believe it might be nothing more than smoke from a nearby campfire. However, what makes this occurrence peculiar is the consistent and defined shape of the smoky figure. Additionally, there appears to be no wind, as indicated by the unmoving tree leaves, raising questions about how the smoke-like entity could move in such a manner. The video leaves us with an intriguing mystery. When you find yourself on a remote forest road and hear mysterious screams emanating from the woods, it's often advised not to venture alone to investigate, as it could potentially be a skinwalker luring you in. In this particular video recorded by a driver, we can hear eerie, womanly crying sounds coming from the forest. The cries sound as though someone is weeping nearby, creating a chilling atmosphere. The driver's instincts told them to help, but fear also held them back, particularly because they were alone in the middle of nowhere near a lake. While there are less unsettling explanations for such encounters, such as the possibility of mountain lions, which are known to produce human-like noises, these sounds seemed exceptionally human-like, making it highly improbable that a mountain lion was responsible. Imagine taking a late-night drive and passing by a school that has been abandoned for many years. Be prepared for something unsettling. In this video, a couple is driving past a haunted school, and as they go by, they capture a figure standing behind the main door. According to the couple, this figure has a humanoid shape and is in motion. It seems as though the figure is gazing directly at them, fully aware that they are recording it. While this is undeniably eerie, it raises some intriguing questions. Why is the main hallway still illuminated if the building has been abandoned for so long? Who is covering the electricity bill for this deserted, haunted school? Could it be that the ghost itself is responsible for illuminating that hallway with its supernatural abilities? If that's the case, having such a helpful ghost around would be a dream come true. Free electricity for everyone. A farmer had been noticing a broken panel in his garage and decided to install a camera to catch the intruder responsible. However, what he captured on video was far more terrifying. The footage shows a mysterious figure on the other side of the panel, attempting to break in. Its unsettling face is visible as it lurks, trying to gain entry. What's even more unsettling is that this figure appears to be completely naked and resembles a creature known as the Rake. But hold on. In the top left corner of the video, another rake-like creature can be seen lurking inside the garage, seemingly scouting for the first rake's success in creating an entry point. This is undeniably a frightening sight for the homeowner, and it might be high time to consider replacing those wooden panels with something more substantial. This couple was alarmed when they heard their dog barking at 2 a.m. Concerned about what might be causing their dog's distress, they went outside to investigate, capturing the incident on camera. In the video, you can see a wooded area in the distance. As they shined a light into the woods, they were startled by the sight of lurking and stalking eyes. The homeowners initially suspected that these eyes belonged to coyotes, possibly attracted by the dog food they had left out for the night. The dog, upon seeing these glowing and strangely moving eyes, grew increasingly anxious and continued to bark.
Oh, there's a bunch of them. What are they? They're blinking, y'all.
There's lots out there.
Are those coyotes?
I don't know, but they're there.
Yeah, those are coyotes.
While the presence of coyotes might not be a significant problem, if these eyes belong to something else, it would be wise for them to reinforce their fence and consider keeping their dogs safely indoors. In this video, the homeowner called the police after receiving a notification that the house's door had been opened. The video is recorded from a police officer's body camera as they search the house for any potential intruders. The officer begins by clearing a room and then proceeds downstairs. Suddenly, the officer hears heavy footsteps running, causing him to quickly draw his gun and become alert.
Downstairs clear.
He is clearly startled by these footsteps. However, when he turns to look, there is no one there. The officer seems to think that it might have been his mind playing tricks on him, so he continues down and informs another officer that the area is clear. In fact, some viewers may question the officer's decision not to thoroughly investigate the source of the footsteps, especially since they were quite audible. After reviewing the body camera footage, another search of the house was conducted, but no intruders were found. Dogs have a remarkable ability to sense things that often escape human perception. So when your dog suddenly barks or appears agitated, it's essential not to dismiss their reactions. In this particular incident, a hiker was exploring a forest with his faithful canine companion when something unusual occurred. The hiker's dog came to an abrupt stop and began to bark fervently at an indistinct presence in the distance. Sensing that something was amiss, the hiker halted and decided to record the surrounding woods. To their astonishment, a towering figure materialized briefly, only to vanish behind the trees moments later. This enigmatic figure possessed an imposing stature, standing at an impressive 9 to 10 feet in height. Its appearance was humanoid, characterized by a pallid white complexion. While its body appeared slender, its sheer size was undeniably substantial. The hiker was inclined to believe that what they had witnessed might have been a kind of spirit or ghost. Notably, the figure moved without making a sound, adding to the mystique of the encounter. What are your thoughts on this intriguing incident? This video originates from the Melaleuca Australian forest, where an observant hiker had an encounter with a creature resembling Bigfoot as it traversed a lake. In the footage, we witness this Bigfoot-like entity making its way through the lake, which doesn't appear to be particularly deep. Upon closer examination, in the zoomed-in portions of the video, it becomes evident that this creature possesses humanoid characteristics and maintains a somewhat hunched posture. What sets this video apart and makes it peculiar is the creature's lack of fur on its body, giving it the appearance of wearing some sort of bodysuit. Skepticism arises due to the fact that the creature's height doesn't align with the typical stature associated with Bigfoot sightings. However, the hiker responsible for capturing this footage maintains the conviction that what they observed after the creature emerged from the water was indeed a massive Bigfoot-like being. This video remains shrouded in mystery, leaving room for speculation. More footage of the creature outside of the water could potentially shed light on its true nature. Natural phenomena that we can't explain can often evoke the greatest fear, primarily because they are beyond our control. A TikTok video shared by a user named Hothead Brett offers a glimpse of an eerie sky scene featuring a peculiar occurrence. In the video, we observe a red-hued, radiant mist mingling with the clouds. What adds to the uncanny atmosphere is a white luminescence within the cloud formation. Strangely, the lights on the ground, seemingly intended for an outdoor show, reflect off this particular section of the clouds. The reflection of these ground lights raises intriguing possibilities. One plausible explanation is the presence of an unidentified flying object, if indeed the source of the reflection may have a surface or composition that interacts with and reflects the illumination from the ground-based show lights. This TikTok video, shared by the user TheboneHead, captures a truly unsettling and eerie occurrence. In the video, we are presented with a view of the uploader's attic door at the eerie hour of 3 a.m. As the clock strikes 4 a.m., the attic door begins to exhibit inexplicable behavior. It appears as though someone or something from within the attic is making desperate attempts to break free, exerting considerable force. This hair-raising sequence evokes imagery reminiscent of scenes from a horror film, particularly the Evil Dead series. According to the homeowner, this eerie episode unfolds every night at precisely 3 a.m., leaving them perplexed and disturbed. Despite thorough inspections of every nook and cranny within the attic during daylight hours, no rational explanation has been found to account for this phenomenon. The question remains, could this be the work of a spectral resident dwelling within the attic? The mystery deepens. Being stared at or feeling someone lurking can be an eerie and unsettling experience on its own. But when you're unsure whether the thing staring at you is real or not, it adds an extra layer of fear. In this video, an explorer makes a creepy discovery while hiking in the mountains. They come across a small opening, and inside, they find a face constructed from stones, seemingly staring back at them. What makes it even creepier is that the face appears to be smiling, and there is a whole dark vibe about that smile. Also, there's a strange transformation noted by some viewers. At the beginning of the video, the face might not have been smiling, but as the camera zooms in, it seems to smile directly at the camera. This experience is truly chilling, especially considering it's in a remote mountain area where it's unlikely someone created the face for tourist purposes. Trail cameras and Bigfoot sightings often go hand in hand, leaving us wondering whether these legendary creatures truly exist. In this trail cam footage, we can see a dark black figure lurking behind a tree, attempting to remain hidden from the trail camera's view. However, after some time, it approaches a bit close to the camera, allowing us to discern some of its features. The creature appears to be covered in a thick coat of black hair, and its overall shape resembles that of a classic Bigfoot. Moreover, since we can only see its upper body frame, it's evident that the creature is quite wide and towering in stature. So, what do you think this creature was? Was it merely a buffed-up gorilla or a genuine sighting of the mighty Bigfoot? While hiking in the forest, it's essential to be aware of potential animal predators to ensure your safety. However, what about trees? Can they host such things? In this video, captured by a hiker on a forest trail in Canada, we can see a figure that resembles a human standing on top of a tree in the distance. This figure appears to maintain its balance effortlessly, without the need for hand support. It moves around, and it has human-like features, including skinny arms, a head that resembles a human shape, and long hair. People who have viewed this video have suggested that it might be an experienced tree climber, possibly a local forest resident. Nevertheless, the ease with which this figure stands on the tree is both unsettling and remarkable. It raises questions about the potential presence of skilled climbers in the forest canopy and adds an intriguing layer of mystery to the wilderness. This video was posted on Facebook by a user named Aristo, who was convinced that he had captured Bigfoot on his camera. The video starts with the cameraman running and breathing heavily, as if he had spotted something in the woods and was either trying to capture it on camera or possibly even running from it. After a moment, the cameraman stops and focuses his camera on the distance, revealing a massive dark black creature that resembles an ape making its way through the bushes. This confirms that the cameraman was indeed chasing after this creature. As the cameraman moves a bit closer, he captures another glimpse of this creature, and this time we see it standing upright. Its posture is unlike that of a gorilla, more reminiscent of a human. It's also quite tall and has long arms. Nevertheless, I want to believe that it was indeed an ape or a gorilla. Otherwise, my fear whispers that it must be Bigfoot. This video takes us to the Philippines, where locals are gathered around a creature perched on a store roof during the night. As one of the locals shines a flashlight on the cryptid, we get a glimpse of its truly terrifying features. The creature has a human-like body and facial features, but the way it is hunched on the roof is incredibly eerie and sends shivers down one's spine. This menacing creature appears to be possibly lurking for something. What's particularly strange is that in the street beside the store, people are casually walking by as if they are unaware of the lurking cryptid's presence. Additionally, towards the end of the video, the locals recording it seem to be laughing. The laughter could be interpreted in different ways. It might suggest that this encounter is fake or a prank staged by them. This brief video has been circulating on the internet, featuring a homeowner capturing a terrifying sight on their home camera. In the video, we observe a tricycle in a hallway, moving seemingly on its own. What makes it eerie is the slow and deliberate pace at which the tricycle's pedals move. The tricycle continues in the same direction at the same pace until it finally tips over. Also, the hall appears to be empty, with no one present. While tricycles can move on their own under certain conditions, such as a sloped angle floor or wind. In this case, it was on a level floor in a closed building with no apparent air circulation. This leaves us with the mystery of whether this was just a random occurrence, or if there might be a paranormal explanation, such as a child ghost riding the tricycle. The video raises intriguing questions and adds an element of the unexplained to the situation. Driving on a desolate nighttime road can be an invitation for a creepy encounter, and this family experienced just that. In this video, we witness a desolate road with the car's headlights illuminating a terrifying cryptid figure hunched over on the road. The figure's creepy and horrifying body shape is visible, with long, skinny arms, a humanoid body that appears to be bent backward, and long hair. This terrifying cryptid stands motionless right in the middle of the road. The family in the car had a dangerous encounter on their hands, as the cryptid was blocking their path. Trying to pass it from the side could have resulted in an attack. However, rather than quickly driving away from this ominous presence, the family inexplicably remained in their car, recording the scary cryptid. Dogs do all kinds of strange things that we humans don't quite understand, including their ability to sense things we may not see or explain. This video comes from India, where we witness a dog entering a home's gallery. The dog then approaches what appears to be a mat or a hanging piece of metal mesh and curiously hits it with its paw. And as it does so, the dog becomes frightened by a transparent smoky figure that seems to emerge from it. While it's unlikely that this figure is a ghost or anything supernatural, it's possible that the dog's pawing at the mat stirred up some dust or particles, creating the illusion of a smoky form. What's intriguing, however, is the significant amount of dust that seems to emerge from the mat with just a light paw tap, making it a bit unusual. This TikTok video was posted by a user who stumbled upon a strange blue light in the ocean. In the video, we can see the water's surface is illuminated with a strange yet mesmerizing blue glow. It's not any kind of paranormal phenomenon and is known as plankton lights. These lights occur due to bioluminescence in the water, often caused by an algae bloom of plankton. However, the mysterious aspect of this video isn't the plankton lights themselves. As the people recording the video get closer to the plankton lights, a shadowy figure can be seen in the water. The figure's silhouette resembles that of a human, or more precisely, a mermaid. It's only visible for a brief moment, but it's undeniably eerie. While it's possible that the appearance of this shadow is a result of the way low waves interact with light and can play tricks on the eyes, the lingering question remains: what if it's not just an eye illusion? This video comes from a security cam at an undisclosed police station, and it captures a rather unsettling scene. In the video, the entrance hall of the police station appears to be empty. However, after a moment, a smoky, translucent figure materializes behind the glass door. This mysterious figure proceeds to move toward the center of the door and then opens it. But as the door swings open, the figure vanishes. The appearance of this figure suggests that it could be a ghost or a spirit, possibly that of a child due to its relatively low height. The idea of encountering an unknown entity in this manner is certainly spine-chilling. Nonetheless, given that this is a police station, one might assume that they are equipped to handle such paranormal encounters. This video comes from Russia, and the uploader claims to have captured a sighting of a Russian Yeti. In the video, we can see the uploader driving along a snowy road at nighttime. As he continues driving, a tall, white figure suddenly crosses the road ahead of the car. This figure appears to be sprinting across the road, prompting the driver to stop the car and contemplate what they've just witnessed. Upon closer examination of the slowed-down video, it becomes apparent that the figure has white fur and is relatively tall in comparison to the distance it was seen from. It moved swiftly and disappeared in an instant. Also, Russia is known for its numerous reported Yeti sightings, so this video may be another addition to that intriguing Yeti sighting. What do you think about this mysterious figure? This video, uploaded by Discovery, appears to have captured the sighting of a megalodon in the ocean. In the video, a show host discusses with a guest who claims to have spotted a large sea creature on Google Earth in the ocean.
Agent who was studying the swarm noticed something out in the water.
Okay, kind of a speck.
Yeah, well, at this resolution, it's a speck. When they zoomed in, though, they got this.
It's a little fuzzy, but I'd say that's a shark.
They analyze a zoomed-in satellite photo of this enormous creature. Even from a considerable distance, it appears to be quite massive. To emphasize the creature's size, they show another image taken by the same satellite, zoomed in to the same extent. In this second image, school buses can be seen for comparison. And even these buses looked tiny. When these bus photos are placed next to the creature spotted in the water, it becomes evident just how large the creature is. The guest estimates that the sea creature is at least 70 feet or possibly even larger in size. The show host, somewhat skeptical, asks the guest if it's the same creature that was spotted in another part of the ocean earlier. The guest suggests that it's possible, as great white sharks are known to travel long distances, so these creatures could do the same. All these facts indeed point toward the possibility that this may have been a megalodon sighting, potentially millions of years after it was believed to have gone extinct. The video comes from a homeowner who, one night, heard strange noises coming from the woods outside his house. His dog was also agitated, continuously barking. Curiosity and concern led him to take his dog outside to investigate, and what they witnessed was truly terrifying. In the video, the owner shines a flashlight into the woods as his dog investigates. However, in the background, there are two pairs of eerie eyes lurking in the darkness. These eyes remain perfectly still, unnoticed even by the vigilant dog. It appears that the eyes become aware of the owner noticing them, prompting both pairs to briefly hide. But when the dog eventually leaves, and the owner shines his light again, the lurking and stalking eyes reappear. This unsettling encounter raises questions about what these lurking and stalking beings might be. It's indeed a situation that calls for caution and possibly involving law enforcement to investigate further, as checking them alone could be an invitation to a bad encounter. Some people believe we might be living in a big simulation, and sometimes they say glitches happen, like what's in this video. In the video, there's a deer just casually hanging out near a tree. But here's the strange part. When the deer turns its head to one side, we suddenly see another head looking the opposite way. It's like there's one body but two heads on this deer. Now, you might think it's just a coincidence. Maybe another deer is in front and hidden from the camera. But as the deer moves a bit, we don't see any other deer in front of it or anywhere near it. It's all by itself, munching on grass. And the way those two heads move together, that's a bit odd too. So what's going on here? Was it really a glitch in our supposed simulation? That's the mystery. This eerie video, posted on Instagram by a user named Conspire, captures a mysterious and unsettling incident in an Irish school hallway at night. Initially, the hallway appears empty and locked. However, as the video begins, a loud bang is heard, followed by rumbling noises reminiscent of furniture being dragged. The series of inexplicable events continues as a bag falls from the top of lockers to the ground. A board detaches itself from the wall and crashes to the floor, and a chair, partially visible in the corner of the camera's view, moves on its own before slowly dragging itself towards the other side. However, no human beings can be seen anywhere in the video. The level of activity and the apparent aggression of these paranormal events make this encounter exceptionally unsettling. One can only imagine the reaction of the students and staff upon seeing these inexplicable and ghostly occurrences happening in their own school. In this video, we see a trucker from Arizona who had a rather eerie encounter while driving on a dark highway. As the video unfolds, the trucker is cruising along the highway late at night. However, something unusual catches their attention. A figure standing completely still right on the side of the road still. This figure appears to have a human-like shape, but it's just standing there on the road of the highway in the dead of night. It's quite puzzling why someone would be in such a place at that hour. It also seems as if this mysterious figure materialized out of thin air in front of the driver, although the darkness makes it difficult to say for certain. Regardless, the trucker made a wise decision not to stop and instead kept driving past the mysterious figure. Encountering mysterious and potentially unknown creatures in the depths of the forest can indeed be a spine-chilling experience. In such cases, it's important to prioritize safety and exercise caution. In this video, a lost hiker unintentionally wanders deep into the dense woods. While recording his journey, he hears a creepy noise up ahead. He points his camera in that direction and is shocked to see a terrifying creature lurking in the dark woods.
Oh my god.
This creature is really tall and it's staring right at the hiker through the camera. When the creature realizes that it's been noticed, the creature suddenly disappears into the darkness. The video quality isn't great, and it's challenging to make out specific details. But we can make out that the creature was tall and had a human-like body shape. Encountering such a huge and terrifying creature, lurking and watching, is really bone-chilling. It reminds us that the forest hides many unknown and frightening secrets. Amidst numerous Bigfoot sightings, the elusive creature's chilling face has rarely been captured up close. In this video, recorded by an adventurer exploring a forest at night, we are taken on a tense journey. As the adventurer uses his camera flash to illuminate the surroundings, he zooms in on a figure standing in the distance. What comes into focus is a horrifying and spine-tingling sight. A creepy and eerie creature staring directly back at us. The creature's unsettling face is characterized by an unsettling, wild grin with two lifeless eyes that only intensify its cryptic aura. As the adventurer notices this creature and calls out, it swiftly runs away. The creature's size and physical appearance strongly resemble that of a Bigfoot, and the uploader himself believes it to be one. Regardless of its identity, encountering such a creature firsthand is an undeniably hair-raising experience. This video is from a home security camera from a Florida house. In the footage, we can witness a humanoid figure with ghostly characteristics calmly strolling. The figure appears slightly hunched, as if it's on a mission to find something or someone. Its entire body lacks any fur, and it moves in an eerie and unsettling manner. The residents in the area have also reported similar incidents happening before, leading them to believe that this figure or creature comes from the nearby forest and messes with their trash bins. However, the big mystery is, what was this creature searching for? Was it on the hunt for its next meal, or simply wandering around the neighborhood with an unknown purpose? This person was enjoying the sun and the beautiful view of nature in a forest. However, little did they know that they weren't alone in savoring the view. In the video, we can see a large bear-like creature lurking in the woods at a distance. However, as the camera zoomed in, it became evident that this creature was not a bear at all. It had a significant size. and was covered in a thick, dark brown fur. While some might speculate that it could be an orangutan due to the brown fur, it's crucial to emphasize that orangutans are typically not as large as the creature depicted in the video. The person who posted the video also mentioned that they initially thought it was a bear, but it continued to lurk even as they recorded from the bushes. It's eerie to think that this creature seemed to have its sights set on them, even when they were trying to hide. What do you think this mysterious creature could be? Could it be the legendary Bigfoot? Have you ever thought about scary things that could happen on a highway at night? But I bet seeing a skinwalker was not on that list. This video comes from a highway camera, and at first everything seems normal with traffic flowing as usual. Then, from the side of the road, a creature appears running and leaping over the road fence to cross the highway. It happens so quickly, and it jumps like a deer. You might think, could it be a deer? But no. When we zoom in on this and slow the video down, we can make out this creature's eerie features. It looks like a humanoid creature that is hunched up and walking on all fours. The quality of the video is low, but I can see its body, which has no fur, just naked skin. All these appearances of this creature make me think that it was, after all, a skinwalker. Imagine you're out hiking with your dog, enjoying the great outdoors, when suddenly you realize you're not alone. In this video, a person is on a hike with their faithful dog. Everything seems fine until the dog starts acting strangely, becoming agitated and then sprinting towards the trees as if sensing danger. As the dog ventures into the wooded area to investigate, it encounters something that terrifies it, causing it to rush back to its owner in fear. The man, understandably concerned, zooms in with his camera to get a closer look at what startled his dog. To his astonishment, he captures a tall, dark figure moving through the woods. Deciding it's best to head back home, the man returns to the safety of his house. But the unsettling part of this encounter is that he soon records the same ominous black figure lurking outside his home. It's as though this shadowy presence is relentlessly following him, stalking him from the shadows. In this trail, camera set up by a biologist to study deer, something quite unusual was captured. In the video, a large, black, furry figure is seen standing at a distance. This strange creature appears to be hiding itself, possibly from the trail camera, by lurking behind the trees. As it cautiously approaches the camera, we can observe its entire head covered with a dense layer of fur, and it becomes evident how broad its body frame is. Unfortunately, due to the low video quality, we're unable to see any facial features clearly. However, the colossal size, thick fur, and peculiar head shape have led some to speculate that it could be a Bigfoot or a Sasquatch. Regardless of what it might be, one thing is for sure, encountering such a scary presence during a hiking adventure is something most would prefer to avoid. This video was originally posted on TikTok by a user participating in a popular TikTok dance trend. However, it wasn't the dance itself that grabbed viewers' attention. It was something else. In the video, we see the user standing on a kitchen counter, enthusiastically performing the dance trend. She was home alone during this recording, and she completed the dance before the video ends. Did you catch it? Let's rewind the video and direct our attention to the doorway in the background. There, you can spot a figure passing by the doorway, and its silhouette resembles that of a human. At first glance, it might seem like a person due to the dim lighting, but as I mentioned, the user was alone in the house at the time. What's even more intriguing is that this figure appears transparent, almost like a spirit. Could it be that this enigmatic entity took an interest in the girl's TikTok dance? Who knows? This video, posted on TikTok by a user named Kitty, gained more than 5.6 million views, but not for a good reason. In this nanny cam footage, we get a glimpse of a living room with a baby high chair and 2 dolls in it. Right from the start, we see that the baby high chair is rocking on its own. The owners, who were in the garden at the time, noticed this unusual activity on the nanny cam app. Concerned, the husband hurried inside to investigate. He enters the living room, holding a wooden object. As he walks towards the high chair, he notices something unusual and abruptly stops. He cautiously approaches the chair, closely inspecting it. He even uses the wooden piece to check if there's anything behind the chair. Finding nothing, he stands there for a moment and performs one more check. However, as soon as he finishes and steps back, the little high chair begins rocking on its own again. Witnessing this, the husband quickly runs off, shouting his wife's name. The couple has also shared several other haunted videos from their house on their TikTok account. What do you think it was? Could there be a child ghost inside those dolls? Footage of what seems to be a desert monster captured in a Portuguese desert was shared on Reddit by a user named Mark64. In the video, we witness a long humanoid creature walking on its 2 long and slender legs. After a few steps, it disappears behind the bush, and the video abruptly ends. Many viewers have speculated about the identity of this creature. Some suggest it could be the chupacabra, as chupacabras are typically described as lizard-like creatures with bare skin. However, chupacabras aren't known for walking on their hind legs, and this creature in the video moves much like a human, with long arms adding to the mystery. Another intriguing possibility is that it could be a new species of desert Bigfoot, albeit one without fur. What are your thoughts on this mysterious sighting? This intriguing video was posted by a Redditor named Elite Wizard, who claimed to have captured something truly bizarre on his camera. In the footage, the uploader is seen busy cleaning his truck when a mysterious figure suddenly appears in the distance. This enigmatic figure swiftly sprints towards the car parked next to the uploader's vehicle, eventually disappearing beneath his car. What's truly unsettling is that throughout this entire encounter, the uploader remains completely unaware of this mysterious presence. This fast, wild, and shadowy figure defies easy description, as it appears to be a blend of both a spiritual and physical entity. Whatever it may be, one can only hope that they never have to encounter it ever in their life. This video was captured by a forest ranger during a routine check of the area. While on patrol, they noticed something unusual in the distance. The footage shows an unidentified creature that bears a striking resemblance to Bigfoot, casually strolling among the trees as if it were going about its daily activities. Upon closer examination, one can discern the creature's enormous size and long arms. The way it swings its massive arms while walking adds to its resemblance to Bigfoot. Moreover, it appears to be covered in a thick coat and has a head that resembles that of a human. While some viewers remain skeptical, this video has been considered authentic by a few individuals who have conducted in-depth analyses of the footage. It remains a subject of curiosity and debate among those who have seen it. What are your thoughts on it? Have you ever had an encounter with an animal that just seemed off or stared at you for an unusually long time? If so, you might have been spotted by a skinwalker. Skinwalkers are predators known for their ability to possess or disguise themselves as animals. In this video, recorded by a group of friends, they heard strange noises coming from the woods. As they ventured deeper into the forest in search of the source, the person holding the camera noted that a deer had been following them and watching them for a considerable period.
I feel like that deer is following us. I can hear it.
in the woods.
However, things took a chilling turn when they heard a loud, piercing scream from somewhere nearby.
There's a light back there. Yep.
This scream served as a signal for them to start running, and they all made a dash back. The unnerving part is that the screeching noise seemed to pursue them, almost as if it were chasing them. The combination of the lurking and stalking deer, the strange noises, and the pursuit made me believe that they might have encountered a skinwalker. Fortunately, they managed to escape before anything more bad could occur. This video was shared on TikTok by a user named Lainey and Ben. The family had been experiencing paranormal activities in their home, prompting them to set up a camera in their living room to capture any unusual occurrences. In the video, we can see that they indeed recorded some unsettling events. A picture frame mysteriously falls from the shelf on its own, and after some time, a cat scratch post also drops to the ground without any apparent cause. When the homeowner returns and notices these incidents, they record a video to provide their explanation. The homeowner asserts that when he was away, both the scratch post and the picture frame were in their proper places. However, as he speaks, something catches his attention in the corner of his eye, and he claims to have seen a person sitting on the sofa.
What was that? I swear I just saw a person sat on that sofa right next to that frame that fell.
From the footage in the living room, it's evident that something paranormal might be happening in the house. Many viewers might agree that it's time for the owner to consider leaving the place as soon as possible. A homeowner heard faint screeching noises coming from his backyard and quickly woke up to investigate. He grabbed his camera and began recording. In the video, we witness the homeowner recording something in the darkness, with him and his son conversing about a mysterious figure hunched or crouched in the shadows.
There's something like
crouching down there.
Due to the low video quality and the darkness, the figure is not clearly visible. However, the suspense escalates when the homeowner asks his son to turn on the light. At that moment, the creature comes into view. It appears to be a humanoid figure, devoid of any fur on its body. As the homeowner taps on the window to get its attention, the creature suddenly springs away into the darkness. Based on what can be discerned, it resembles a strange human-like creature, perhaps resembling a skinwalker. However, its true identity remains a mystery. If you have any ideas about what it could be, feel free to comment below and let others know. This clip was shared by a Reddit user named Rymonate, who claimed to have captured a spirit in their house. In the video, we are given a view of a storage room, and suddenly a ghostly figure emerges from one room and enters another. This dark figure appears to have a humanoid shape and seems to be floating. The eerie part of the encounter was that after this translucent figure moves through the doorway leading to the hall, it triggers the alarm. The homeowner wakes up, finding nothing unusual, but upon reviewing the video, they realize that their house might be haunted. It appears to be a paranormal encounter captured on camera, suggesting a supernatural presence within their home. What are your views on this translucent entity? This video was recorded by a biker who was testing out his new bike and gear. However, the video seems to have captured something extraordinary: the legendary Slender Man. In the footage, we can see a tall figure slowly walking in a distance across a field. This person appears to be extremely tall, with unusually long legs, reminiscent of the Slender Man's distinctive appearance. Slender Man is also known for having a faceless visage, but due to the video's long-distance shot, we cannot discern any facial features. The mysterious entity is casually strolling, seemingly minding its own business. Initially, the biker didn't notice the slender man, but it was only when a passing driver alerted him to something in the field that he turned and became aware of its presence. What do you think? Was it the first ever real sighting of a slender man? A man was out hiking in the woods when he spotted something in the distance and decided to start recording. In the video, we can see a large, ape-like creature walking among the trees. This creature is covered in thick black fur and appears to be exceptionally large when compared to the tree it's moving near. People who have watched the video have offered various speculations, suggesting it could be a big ape or even a gorilla. However, the hiker who witnessed the creature firsthand and recorded it is convinced that it was none other than the legendary Bigfoot. The fear in the hiker's voice is evident, reflecting the intensity of the moment. In the end, the true identity of the creature in the video remains a mystery, and it continues to be a subject of debate and intrigue among those who have seen the footage. This video was posted by an unknown Facebook account, claiming to have captured paranormal activities within their house. The uploader became alarmed upon hearing strange noises coming from their kitchen and decided to record it. In the video, you can hear the sheer fear in the uploader's voice.
I hear something in the kitchen.
As they cautiously approach the kitchen to investigate the source of the sounds. As they enter the kitchen, everything appears to be still and normal. However, suddenly, the chair in front of them moves and turns toward them on its own, which is undeniably unsettling. The intensity at which the chair moves suggests that the ghost is aggressive and agitated, which is quite frightening. This paranormal encounter left a lasting impression on the uploader. For more captivating content like this, click here. Thank you for tuning in.